Gentlemen, welcome. Now, look, we've got three people. You've got a three-on-one interview situation here, which shows both the status that you have and how hopeless I am by myself in interviewing. So, Rebecca and Ashley, of
Normally
course...
there'd be two more, so it'd just be a gab fest, and you'd be going, what is this show about?
Well, it's sports, right?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, it's more than sport. It's life.
It's life.
It's life.
Yeah.
Oh, it's life.
Life. Yeah, life.
Oh, I got it.
I think the accent's already caught you out once before, hasn't it?
I think, because I thought it was nipple ball, and I thought that was really sexist.
And of course it was
netball we're
guys
talking
could
about.
play basketball, but net.
Ball.
Net, N-E.
N-E-T.
Although,
Oh, all right.
after this, nipple ball will catch
Oh, well,
on.
you know.
Yeah. Can I just show you something here?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the new album there. What the hell are you climbing out of here?
That would be a manhole cover.
A manhole cover.
Yeah, I'm on
So-
a barge, babe.
That's what I'm asking. You're on a
Yeah.
barge, babe. The city in the background. Obviously incredibly important, your home, but for this album and the other stuff, that it's informed you pretty intensely, hasn't it?
It's kind of like a little snapshot of where I grew up, and the music that's on there, the people around me were listening to that music, and it was the lady 2 yards over, I guess when she was doing a sauce on Sunday, waiting for it to cook, she'd come out, and she was a big woman, and she'd play accordion, and her arms kind of draped down over the accordion. She'd hug it, and she'd
Jeez,
play
you're painting a
along.
good picture.
No, it was really, I thought it was very colorful, and all of those people and all their fashions and all their sense of music really influenced me.
It's interesting because you sort of grew up, I mean, we grew up with you as the first real sort of pop girl rebel. I mean, you and Madonna, but you more so, you were
My
seen...
evil cousin.
Yeah, your evil cousin. We saw you as more of a rebel.
Don't rate her.
Listen, she's so much nicer now that she goes to shul.
That's great. But it's interesting because you've always been a rebel. What's the latest sort of rebellion, the Cyndi Lauper rebellion, if you like?
Ooh, I guess the Madonna whore syndrome. That kind of ticks me off.
Wow, talk us through
What
that.
was that?
Well, it's not the Madonna whore syndrome.
Oh, whore, okay.
Yeah. Oh, because I have
That was the accent working in
What do you
reverse there.
think that was?
No, I didn't know, but when you mentioned Madonna and whore, I got interested all of a sudden.
Oh! No, I mean, for me, I think the double standard, the whole syndrome of how a male is raised on a Barbie doll, which is not a real image of a real person. I feel like, don't tell me how to look because you think I should look a certain way at a certain age
You
and do
thought
a
of
certain
that
thing.
when you were younger, though. That was, I mean, she's so
Well, that's
unusual.
true, too. I didn't feel like a woman should be a car. They got to kick the tires and check the chassis, see how much mileage,
Let's have a little look here. I mean,
Okay.
this is from She's So Unusual. Did you believe that you were you unusual to you? Did you believe that you were an unusual human being at that age?
No.
No.
Not at all. I thought that, it was a joke.
A couple of weeks ago, Lionel Richie was on, and of course, Rebecca was very much in love, as she is often with the gents who arrive.
He was so sweet.
Oh, Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
He was beautiful.
Very charming.
He is.
There's a lot of charming men in the world.
Can you introduce me to a couple?
I don't know that many. They never come up
Not
to
in
me. They're
Australia.
scared of me.
Yeah, I'll find a bit of that
Are
too.
blokes scared of you?
Yeah, a bit.
But Lionel Richie, we showed him a bit of a clip from the Commodores, and he was looking beautiful,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah.
Now, he said, given that he's got issues with what his daughter's doing on reality television at the moment, but he's talking
He
about...
has issues about it?
Well, he's sort of
he's got issues.
I think he's
Yeah.
got some issues.
Really? Because for the first time, somebody told her she wasn't going out.
Discipline for the first time on national television.
Yeah, but what he was wearing, apparently his father found uncool when he was young. Now, your mother, what did she think when, did she
This stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, she had no problem with that.
In those teenage years, I was looking through the notes and I was assuming there was going to be something a little bit quirky there because, I mean, it's what you're noted for, and I went through the list and you went through school, studied art at Vermont, went hitchhiking with your dog through Canada for a year. What?
Sparkle. I went to Canada. I went to Canada to do a tree study. I was going to go up and draw trees. And,
As you do.
As one
And
would.
did you know you had a good voice even then, and you're still going to go and draw trees?
No, I didn't believe that anything would come of me. I didn't even realize why I was born. I was like, oh, geez, I'm here, so I'll be a painter. You know, I knew I was going to be an artist. I was all ready to suffer for my art. You know, I just didn't know which art it was going to be. You know, it all worked out somehow.
I live in great fear of losing my voice, and these guys live in great hope that I lose my voice. But you actually did lose your voice, and for a singer, that's an incredibly bad thing to happen. How did you get it back?
I studied vocal therapy, and when you go hoarse, what you could do is hum. Like, what's the middle of your voice? Like, go QX, QX.
QS, QS.
QX. Now,
QX.
can you hear the pitch in that? QX.
Yeah, QX, yeah.
Right. I think it's higher than you're doing.
I never want this to end.
All right, I'm sorry.
Everybody's dreams are coming through all around the country at the moment.
All right, in front of it's a sports show, right? And it's about life.
Speaking of sports show,
Right.
Now, obviously a lot of your songs have been used by other people. The Rugby World Cup anthem.
I heard.
Yeah. Now, have you seen?
No, and I never heard it.
Really? Well,
Never.
we'll show you a little bit. This
Yeah.
is the closing ceremony.
Is this the ladies?
No,
This is Kate Sobrano singing. Your knowledge of rugby union, is it encyclopedic?
Rugby? Yeah, sure.
Were you happy that Andrew John stayed with rugby league?
Yeah, I was. Wasn't that the guy with the kid, and that's why he stayed there?
He stayed, Samuel, his son
I
Samuel.
saw that.
Oh,
I
well
saw
done.
that.
You've actually got a son who's a similar age. How old's your son? Declan?
My son is 6, and he already informed us that when he had some outrageous timeouts in school, so he wasn't allowed to go to hockey practice, and he said, "You don't understand, hockey's my life." So, you know, at 6, that was pretty intense.
And you actually had him quite late in life. I mean, because it wasn't sort of cool for rock chicks to have babies, was it?
Yeah, in the 80s I had wanted a kid, but everyone said, you know, if you were a mother, you couldn't be a rocker. But if you count on 10 hands how many guys who are in rock and roll and how many children they have, it's really a crock. So
What about the people like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera? I guess because when you burst onto the scene, you were breaking boundaries, and you mentioned Madonna as well. She did that as well. What do you make of these guys today? Is there anyone like Britney or Christine that reminds you of what you were like when you were first starting out, that there's going to stand the test of time?
you know, they're in their 20s, and when I hit, I was 30, and
Right.
I had a whole different mindset. I think for their age, they're probably right on. Don't you remember what 20 was like? It's a whole
sadly,
Very
different.
it's a long
vaguely.
time ago.
Oh, well, yeah.
But are they going to last? Are they going to be around in 20 years' time?
What do I look like, a psychic? I'm not a psychic. I played a psychic in a movie, but I'm not really a psychic.
All right, look, we're going to hear you sing from this new album of Cyndi Lauper, ladies and gentlemen.
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over. And life is like a song. Ooh, at last, the skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped in clover. The night I looked at you, I found a dream that I could speak to, a dream that I